So we've all heard about pineapple on pizza, aka Hawaiian pizza, where they just get some pineapple and throw it on some pizza sauce and call it a day. And a lot of people are against this. But the people that are against this clearly haven't heard of Sweden's abomination. Swedish pizza with bananas and curry on the pizza sauce. And this sounds hellish, but you know what? Today we're gonna try it. So first we're starting with the crust. So we're gonna have a half teaspoon of yeast, a half teaspoon of sugar, and then it's supposed to be 3/8 cup warm water. So I got the water, and then I had some banana milk actually, so I decided to add some banana milk to this to make the full 3/8 cup. After I warmed that up, then I just added that in with the other stuff. I whipped out my baby whisk and I whisked it up. As you can see here, it's supposed to like rise and foam and stuff, but it kind of didn't. But I just like kept going because if this pizza was going to be nasty, it wouldn't be because of the crust, it'd be because of the toppings. So it's not quite as risen as I like, but when I do this, I can feel that there's no like hard yeast that hasn't like not dissolved, but you know what I mean. So maybe since it's such a small quantity, it won't feel like foam as much. But it's alright that it's not super activated now because I'm going to let this rise for a long time later. So then I added a cup of flour to this, um, and then I added a half tablespoon of olive oil and then a half teaspoon of salt, and I mixed that together. It turned out it was a little too like loose and wet, so then I added more flour and stirred that together with a mini whisk, of course. You know, we not making a huge mess on this day, so I got out my cutting board and I floured it up with a lot of flour because the dough was still a little wet, to be honest. So I kneaded that together. I kneaded it for probably around 3 minutes, and it was all good. I drizzled a bowl with olive oil, probably too much, and then I put it in there and covered it and let it rise. So I've had it sitting like this. I've had it sitting for this for about 3 hours, and it really didn't rise that much. So my yeast must have somehow went bad. I don't know how because it says that it expires in 2023. Ciao. Anyway, it said that this expires in 2023, the yeast. And obviously it's not that, so I don't know why the yeast didn't rise right, but I mean, show must go on, I guess, so. I was way too lazy to get out a roller, so I just slapped the dough into place like this. And eventually I pushed it out until it looked about this shape. And then I put it on the pan. And it was time to get tomato sauce. I just got some like basic tomato sauce and spread it around on there. You know, make sure to spread it to the edges. And then I cut up my bananas. I cut them nice and thin so that I could put as many as possible and so they weren't too like thick and didn't cook weird or something. And then I just got some smoked ham from the store and chopped that up too and added it to the top. So she looked like this. I got my curry powder. I put her on the top too. I got it nice and thick so it tastes good and like smoky or whatever curry tastes like. I got some mozzarella cheese because I assumed like putting anything but white cheese, like mozzarella cheese, would be a sin. So there we go. I made her nice and cheesy. I made sure of that. So here she is. I put her in the oven at like 420 for probably around like 6 or 7 minutes. I don't really know. I pulled it out when the crust looked done and the cheese was nice and melted. It looked like this. Yes, sir. And here she is. Just take a look at her. She's not really that bad looking. Like when you peep the bananas, it's a little but if you just focus on the cheese, it's alright. It's okay, you know? It's been a minute since I've done a camera tasting. Why is there flour on my hand? I figured that it was necessary because this is built different. So I'm gonna have this slice right here. Let's take a little look at her. Okay. Here's a banana ham. You know, it's just all underneath there under the cheese because I made sure I put plenty of cheese. And I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how disgusting this sounds, but it works. Like, it's good. Something about the banana, you know, the ham's just there to like add some saltiness. Something about the banana and the curry, they actually do play off each other well. And what I like about this better actually than pineapple pizza is that pineapples are really wet, where bananas aren't as wet. So it's not like literally squirting in your mouth as you're eating it. Like it mixes all together. Okay, like that smacks. I would order this in a restaurant actually. I think the crust is a little, but that's my fault. I should have just bought a crust from Publix, honestly. But it's, wow. Thank you, Sweden. Try this. I recommend it. It's actually good.